Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you here today. This is an exciting day for Reidsville and for Rockingham County. I want to give you a little housekeeping rules before we get started. Please turn off your mic if you are not speaking. Also, please make sure that your cell phones are silenced so they're not interrupting as well. I am Judy Yarborough, the Marketing Director for the City of Reidsville. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Charlie Hall, who is the chairman of the Rockingham County Board of Commissioners.
Good morning from all of us in Rockingham County. We're excited to have you join us virtually today and personally invited you to join us for an exciting economic development announcement that our distinguished guest, Secretary of Commerce Tony Copeland, will be making momentarily. I'd like to start today by recognizing and thanking our elected leadership for their continued support of economic development, especially in our county. Senator Berger, Rockingham County Board of Commissioners, Kevin Berger, Reese Pirtle, Mark Richardson, and Craig Travis. City of Reidsville Council members, James Festerman, Teresa Scoble, Sherry Walker, Harry Brown, William Hairston, Donald Gore. Thank you all for joining us remotely this morning. Our speaker today leads our state's largest economic development agency, the North Carolina Department of Commerce. He believes that when we work together, we have the capabilities to build a state that works for everyone and sees what companies need to build their foundation and prosper throughout North Carolina, especially here in Rockingham County. Named to the post by Governor Roy Cooper, Tony Copeland became North Carolina's Secretary of Commerce in January 2017, marking his return to the agency. Earlier in his career, he served as Assistant Commerce Secretary, owned his own law practice, and grew a successful telecommunications startup company. He has an insider's knowledge of how companies select sites and decide where to invest. He's traveled the world meeting with global companies, promoting the benefits of doing business in North Carolina, and negotiating major economic development deals. Please join me in welcoming our Secretary of Commerce, Tony Copeland.
Thank you, Chairman Hall. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you in Rockingham County. While we're virtual, it seems like I've spent enough time in Rockingham County in the last 4 years that it's like going home in some ways. I want to give a special thanks to people I work with and have gotten to know well. One is Senator Berger, who's a real friend and ally in economic development, not only in Rockingham County, but across the state. And then Lee Cochran, who I think is a real champion for you locally. And I want to bring you greetings from my boss, Governor Roy Cooper. And so in the last 4 years, Rockingham County has become a popular destination for international companies from around the world. It's amazing how globalization in the world has become much smaller than it was when Rockingham County emerged as a textile and manufacturer in early part of last century. And, you even had a governor that came from there, Luther Hodges, who came from Eden and was responsible for growing the Research Triangle Park, which has now the largest per capita concentration of PhDs in the world. Some of the companies that have come there in the last 4 years that I have been involved with, which are Albad from Israel, Sanritsu from Japan, Gildan from Canada, Ontex from Belgium, and Nestle Purina, which is a Swiss company. But today, Italy joins the distinguished list of companies that are in Rockingham County. I'm pleased to announce that Farmina Pet Food USA will establish its first North American operations hub in Rockingham County. Thank you, Farmina. A family-owned, operated company founded in Italy in 1965 will create 129 jobs in the city of Reidsville over the next 5 years. Farmina's selection of Rockingham County brings with it a $28.5 million investment and a company that has a global vision that picked Rockingham County out from anywhere in the world to locate. Farmina is a knowledge-based enterprise. Manufacturing is no longer just based on horsepower, it's based on gigabits and megabytes. even if it is a pet food manufacturer. Their 28.5 million capital investment will not go unnoticed, and 129 jobs. They have an annual payroll that will flow through the county of $6 million. And the impact on the gross domestic product will be $857 million in North Carolina over the next 12 years, and more than $27 million in state revenues over the next 12 years. The state of North Carolina is proud to have led this. Just a few minutes ago, the Economic Investment Committee approved a JDIG of $1.83 million for the company, which is a performance-based grant based on the jobs that you were creating. Companies like Farmina consider many location options, and you've met with a lot of organizations from all over the world. Recruiting high-quality companies takes a team effort. And once again, I want to thank the General Assembly and Senator Berger, the mayor, the county commissioners. You county commissioners have to be responsible for a lot of the infrastructure that's important to be here many years before companies come. The Economic Development Partnership with Nate Groover, City of Reidsville, Rockingham County Center for Economic Development, and Duke Energy. We appreciate the important role that all these organizations have played. Usually for announcements like this, we present company officials a gift. But given the constraints of what we have today, obviously I can't hand you a gift personally. But we will be sending Farmina a decorative china plate, a gold leaf plate, complete with the North Carolina state seal that has the Latin for it is to be rather than to seem, which I think fits the company of Farmina very appropriately. You know, pets have never been more popular than they are right now in the world. Just this weekend, CNBC reported that owing to a large part of the pandemic, U.S. consumers will spend nearly $99 billion this year on their pets. From veterinary care to nutritious food products, from companies like Farmina. Farmina arrives at an opportune time. We thank you for becoming part of North Carolina, and we look forward to working with you. And at this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Angelo Russo, the CEO and owner of Farmina Pet Food Holdings, for a few remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. And I am really happy to have the chance to have this investment done in North Carolina. And I really thank you, the state of North Carolina, and the Rockingham County, and the city of Reidsville for the beautiful until now deal that we had. And for sure, we will have a great cooperation. From our side, we are proud to bring in the USA our Italian experience about food in general and about pet food, where we would like to, in the very beginning, bring the ingredients from Italy, but soon after develop same standard quality ingredients with the local providers. And our mission there is to provide best nutrition for all pet parents that are so lively engaged with their pets, and they would like to offer the best nutrition ever. And our mission is to satisfy this their requirement. For that, for us, it's very important to constantly develop local providers that can match the best, more pure, naturally ingredients in order that we can all together offer more quality and added more value to our companies, enterprises in all territory. That is what we are going to do. We really would like to grow our company in USA, in North Carolina, and all together be very satisfied to promote even further investments in the future. So thank you so much for your cooperation.
Angelo, I do have the plate here. If it shows up on the screen, I'm not sure.
Yes, nice. Thank you. Thank you. That is nice gift because for this Christmas, you see?
Yes.
Today is holidays in Italy because there is some religious Catholic celebration. So that's why I am comfortably at home with my family. And we are all here very proud and very happy to have this kind of celebration. And we are very happy that we can have this deal together. And this is an anticipation about Christmas gift. So thank you.
Very good. Thanks.
I think that at this point, I would like pass the word to Mr. Loris. He was a really incredible guy that helped Farmina USA to grow and to have a fair success importing and distributing our pet food all around USA, Canada, with multiple distributors. And this great job done by him in cooperation with the Italy factory bring us to decide to invest in local facility and then we decide to invest in your beautiful state, county and city. So please, Loris, I would like that you say some nice words.
Thank you, Angelo. I would like to, first of all, thank Angelo Russo and the Russo family for believing in this beautiful project and journey for all of us. I have many people to thank as well on behalf of the company, on behalf of Farmina, on Angelo and myself, absolutely starting with the North Carolina Economic Development, who made this project possible, the North Carolina Department of Commerce, including Secretary Copeland and his team. Thank you very much, Secretary Copeland. The Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina with Nate Groover, the Rockingham County, Lee Cochran, Carrie Taylor, the Rockingham County Board of Commissioners and Chairman Hall, the City of Reidsville, of course, Jeff Gatska and the Reidsville City Council and Mayor Doniker, and Duke Energy with John Gate precisely. I would also like to thank Senator Berger for being with us today. Thank you, Senator. And a special thanks to the North Carolina General Assembly for the work in making North Carolina a business-friendly state for companies like ours and making projects like this one possible. As a family-owned and operated business, we believe that Reidsville is the perfect fit for our values and quality and continuous innovation, from the workforce to the production technologies. As Angelo had a chance to really explain, his vision, our vision is to be a pet nutrition company, a company that provides not only the best quality ingredients, nutritional solution for our pets all over the world, especially now in North America, but also we provide services to help pet parents become better at keeping the life of their pets as long as possible and their health as good as possible. So we're all in it together. We look forward to get started with this wonderful project and extend our Farmina family to the city of Reidsville and to the North Carolina in general. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being with us today and for celebrating this very important milestone for Farmina. I think at this point we're playing a video. Probably we can't hear the audio, so I can maybe comment. This is the original picture of Nola, Naples, Italy in 1965, obviously over 50 years ago.
Thank you very much. With that, I would like to welcome Mayor Doniker from the city of Reidsville.
Thank you, Judy. First, welcome Farmina to Reidsville and Rockingham County. The city of Reidsville and our city council are very excited that Farmina has decided to locate their first North American manufacturing plant here in Reidsville. As a veterinarian, we have all seen, as in our profession, a larger increase in attention to their family pets. As Angelo said earlier, it's not a pet, it's a member of the family. A friend of mine says what dogs are, they're just children that never grow up. And so as a dog parent, we all want to provide them the best nutrition possible. And that's exactly where Farmina is going to enter into the market here in North America. And I'm excited as a veterinarian and also as a mayor that you will be entering the North American market from Reidsville. I also want to thank Secretary Copeland and all your able staff for making this happen, along with our economic development departments at our county level and at our city level. Without you all working together, this would have never happened at all. So with that saying, I'd now like to turn the microphone or the podium or the video screen over to our Senate Pro Tem leader, Senator Berger.
There we go. Technology always trips me up, trying to make sure that the audio is available. Well, you know, anytime something like this occurs, there are so many people that were involved that it's impossible to recognize everyone. But I'm going to take a shot at recognizing a few people that I think have been extremely important. First of all, I want to thank Secretary Copeland for his continued interest in Rockingham County and the efforts that he has made to help us here in Rockingham County. I also want to say a special thank you to the county commissioners here who have just done a tremendous job of pointing out the great value to industry, to individuals of living in a place like Rockingham County and finding Rockingham County as a place to grow your business. Also a tip of the hat to the city of Reidsville, which has a tremendous team working on not only this, but other areas to make Reidsville a top-notch place for people to live. I wouldn't be doing what I need to do without recognizing the members of the North Carolina General Assembly who, as has been alluded to, have done a tremendous job making North Carolina as a whole a great place for folks to want to locate and for people to want to have their businesses located so that they can grow and prosper. And the people of North Carolina and the people of Rockingham County for the work ethic and the fact that a trained, available, strong workforce is available for companies like Farmina. And last, I want to thank Farmina for looking at Rockingham County and looking at Reidsville and making this decision, which is not only a good decision for us here in North Carolina, but I believe is a tremendous decision for Farmina and is just a stepping point, or at least the next step in Farmina becoming an even greater participant in the pet food industry. I've done a little bit of reading about Farmina and the background, and I'm just extremely impressed. And Jay, I know you've got to be as a veterinarian impressed with the care that Farmina takes in making sure that its products are top-notch, first-rate for people's pets, because nowadays people and their pets have become extremely important. I've got one other thing I would like to do. My dog Obi is here with me, and he generally is not very camera shy, but I'm gonna try to get him up here so that y'all can see him. Obi, come on up here. Folks want to see you. Come on up. No. So he's not cooperating. I'll end up having to move the camera. So this is Obi. Obi is, as has been indicated by others, he has quickly become a member of our family. Our children are all grown, so we now have a four-legged child, and certainly I think there are a lot of families in the world, all around the world, who have come to realize the importance of pets and how they add to your quality of life. So congratulations, Farmina. Congratulations to Reidsville and Rockingham County. And congratulations to the state of North Carolina. I think this is a great win for all of us.
Thank you so much, Senator Berger. I want to introduce now the Director of Economic Development for the City of Reidsville, Jeff Garska.
Well, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you, Senator Berger, for your participation here, your leadership, and for being here with us today and your comments. I would mention quickly, we also had State Representative Jerry Carter, who represents our district, had a last-minute conflict and sends his regrets, but also wanted to pass along his thank you and congratulations and warm welcome to Reidsville and Rockingham County. And hopefully you'll get a chance to meet him as well at some point. I think my colleagues in economic development would agree this is probably the most unique recruitment project we've ever faced. We did start this, the first visit we had, as we talked earlier, was in early March before things kind of went haywire, and we actually were out there having donuts and shaking hands. Then we had a chance to visit again safely later on in the year in the middle of the pandemic. And big thank you to everybody who did this in person, virtually. We tried to keep it safe. Thank you to Parker Poe Consulting for leading this project through difficult times. They were a great partner for all of us to work with, and the other partners who have been mentioned. When we talk about the top site selection factors, labor force is always one, but we talked a lot about our Interstate 785, which is going to be a project coming down the road. And there's two of the factors that we talked a lot about during our site selection process. Really, at the end of the day, in my almost 20 years of experience in this business, decisions like this really come down to the gut and the heart. We were one of three finalists in one of three states, and I'm certain that our competition was very in tune with what this company could bring to their communities. And I think, as Loris mentioned, it does come down to where you feel like you are going to be the most successful from a culture standpoint. And other companies have mentioned that about Reidsville and Rockingham County. They're family-oriented businesses, large and small, and our family tight-knit culture here in the community was just a good fit. And we certainly hope that is part of your decision process. I'll tie it personally real quick. We talked before our meeting. My great-grandfather came to the U.S. from Palermo, Sicily in about 1900. He was 13 years old and one of those that literally had nothing but the shirt on his back. He settled in the U.S., started a family, was a very successful business person early on. And my grandfather was probably my biggest influence in my life, taught me how to grow vegetables, how to use them. He was a very famous chef in the area of Pittsburgh, but also taught me more than anything about family and the Italian culture in which I grew up in. And I think that's been mentioned here as your company and also your culture as a whole. And when you talk about being a chef, this is some gourmet food. This using ingredients like wild boar and natural grains and pomegranate. So as a pet owner myself, or as a pet parent, I suppose, as we've called it, this is the kind of product that we're so excited to have being manufactured here. So as I mentioned, it comes down to heart at the end of the day to make a decision. So let me just leave you with grazie Farmina, benvenuti alla squadra Reidsville. So for those of you who don't speak Italian like me, thank you, Farmina, and welcome to Team Reidsville. I'll pass it along to Lee Cockrum, my colleague at the Rockingham County Economic Development, Small Business and Tourism Office, to close us out. Thank you again.
Thank you, Jeff, and thanks everyone. You know, I think everyone has kind of touched on what we would like to say or what I would say, but I think what the gist of this is that economic development doesn't happen in a vacuum, and it doesn't happen in a silo. It truly takes team partnerships to bring announcements like Farmina's today to come to fruition. So, you know, I do want to thank, as always, Secretary Copeland and his office and the team that you have assembled to work with us on a daily basis. I know at times, I think some of your staff may see my phone number pop up on text and want to hide the phone, but they do respond, and I do really appreciate that. And we're you know, accomplishing a lot together. So thank you for your continued support and partnerships. To the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina with Nate Gruber and Colin Kaiser, who I think the international team actually helped develop this relationship with Farmina. Thank you guys for all that you do. You're a great partner with us in everything economic development in Rockingham County. And thank you to John Guy. I know that's been mentioned before, but Duke Energy is such a great partner of ours and a variety of different announcements that we have. In this project, they were generous to award a Carolina Investment Fund grant. So we really appreciate that to help with some of the site work needs that the site will need. And to Jeff's point earlier, you know, we knew that when the project came to visit us, our site, it wasn't shovel ready, and we were going to need to pull in some partners, if you will, to figure out how we could help the site or the company overcome some site work. So thank you to Duke for helping us with that. Again, to County Manager Lance Metzler, Commissioner Hall, Chairman now, newly elected, and all of our commissioners in Rockingham County, thank you. Thank you to our nonprofit arm. We have a group called the Citizens for Economic Development. That group actually holds the deed to the Reidsville Industrial Park, as well as other industrial parks that we own jointly with different municipalities throughout Rockingham County. So just thank you to that group for working with us on this land transaction that we will be executing in the coming days. We really appreciate your continued support. And to Carrie Taylor Penix, who is, you know, she's a rock star. She's in our office. She's the one that fills out all of the RFIs, makes sure that, you know, companies are getting accurate information from day one, so they know what to expect when they come to our communities. So we really appreciate all of her work. And to Jeff Garska, City Manager Mitchell, and Mayor Doniker, and the rest of the Reidsville Council and staff, thank you for your continued, you know, partnership and support, and hope that we can have more of these in the future. I too would be remiss if I did not acknowledge Morgan Craps with Parker Poe Consulting for leading the site selection process for Farmina. I had never met Morgan before until March the 6th either. You know, I think I will miss our conversations and text messages, and just really appreciate her answering all of our questions, just so we were able to make sure that we were submitting to the company accurate information, because this is such a big, you know, decision. So we really appreciate her patience and just going back and forth to make sure that we were providing for Farmina what they needed to make the right decision, of which they did. Finally, a huge, sincere thank you to Farmina, Angelo Russo, Francesco Russo, who actually came to the visit, and Loris. Thank you for taking the chance to visit us on March the 6th. You know, I don't know, these are kind of weird moments, like Jeff said earlier. From the moment we met, I kind of had that feeling that we would be your partner. It's very rare that I, you know, go on our first visit with a company and think, okay, I think they're going to land and feel kind of confident. But it was just something about that day that made us all feel very comfortable with each other. And I don't know if you remember, but as we were all getting ready to leave, I asked that we take a picture at the site so that you could remember that this was your future home, and that we would look back on this picture one day and go, you know, this was what the site looked like prior to you landing here. So I think we'll get that framed for you, so you can always have a memory of what that was. So we all look good before COVID. But no, we honestly thank you so much for trusting in us to be your partners here in Rockingham County. We are so excited in Reidsville. We're so excited to have you. And as a token of our appreciation, we would like to give you a Rockingham County flag that we will say for you that you can hang over at your new facility, just to remember that we're always partners in this. And we know that there's a lot of work. This is the fun time, and there's a lot of work to be done to make sure and ensure your success long term. But we are here for you. We will be your partners, and we're looking forward to it. So thank you again, and thanks everybody for your participation, and obviously for Senator Berger. You're always such a staple for us, and we appreciate knowing that we can pick up the phone and call you in your office for help too. So we're just a really blessed county in North Carolina, and look forward to seeing Farmina grow and move on. Very excited. I think now I'm supposed to turn it over to Judy for maybe some media question and answers. I think the company is going to leave us, and Secretary Copeland had to. But again, thank you all for coming, and thank you, Farmina. Really, really look forward to our